All right, we are set for the flyweight title bout. Bryce Woerner in the blue corner, Luis Perez in the red. Referee Larry Folsom, the third man in the Combatagon. 3 3-minute rounds are scheduled, and they're off.
This right here is one of those action-packed fights I was definitely looking forward to seeing. This right here could rival any pro, fight.
Unbelievable, man, way to start. These guys are two of the absolute best flyweights in the country, if not the world. And Perez is starting off hot. That right leg clipped dude in the face. And Bryce returned fire, rough and rugged. Luis, the cleaner striker of the two. Bryce looks a little brawly in there. But man,
good kicks from Luis.
Luis is crispy as ever right now. Bryce with the shifting strike style, stepped through with the left straight, stepped over with the right hand. Perez, a little more classic.
Nice right hand landed there by Bryce Woerner.
Man, the leather is flying. Big left hand by Bryce Woerner drops Perez, and the teep to keep him off. Both guys just asking each other, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Another left hand. Perez with a spinning hook kick. Perez catches him on the back. Looks to step over for the hook. Bryce not allowing it, walking himself to the fence. Perez working that leg, looking to suck him off the wall. Are we going to see a repeat? Perez's last fight jumps to the back here. He's riding high. Woerner keeping himself on the fence, taking away some of the space, so Luis has a harder time pummeling the hands in. Perez hanging out of the hips. He's looking like he's going for the gable choke, but he's outside the shoulder. Woerner hiding in the fence. Perez looking to lock it up, stretch the jaw, give him some pain in there. Maybe that'll get the job done. Bryce doing a really solid job here of hand fighting. But the more he fights, it looks almost like the deeper it gets. Perez looking to pull him back. Bryce fighting the hand in the back of the head, trying to strip that grip off. Perez looking to shift his weight around, forcing Bryce to fall. Bryce peels that hand off successfully. Perez gets it right back in.
Out of Bryce.
Bryce is under the neck.
There's less than 30 seconds left. Bryce is hanging in there.
Perez is under the neck there. Bryce waning, falling over, peeling the hand. What a
10 seconds.
What grit to just be living through this super deep choke in this moment. Pops Luis a good one just for measure, and the round goes. What a way to survive the first.
That Raging Cajun, man, he's tough.
Whew. One hell of a first round. Perez gets dropped, but takes the back of Bryce Woerner and rides through. Man.
I wonder when you, the last 30 seconds like that, who does that benefit more? On one end, you got the guy, Bryce Woerner, man, at least, I withstood the last 30 seconds. I took essentially, everything that he got, and I still, stood through the test of it. Or Luis Perez, like, hey, man, I was just on that guy's back. I took him down. I, sunk in, tried to sink in the choke.
I had a conversation with Mitchell about this a little while back. The language used in the scoring system is impactful striking and impactful grappling. So we saw Bryce land a huge left straight that dropped Perez to the floor. We saw Perez check Bryce's jaw with a big head kick. Both of those extremely impactful. In terms of the grappling, Luis gets on the back of Bryce, and that in itself is impactful, but threatens a very deep and very dangerous choke. So if we're just talking about those few successful engagements, I gotta think Perez is in the lead here in this moment. Bryce, however, doesn't look all that bad after taking those big shots. Perez playing the fence. I'm not totally sure why. That isn't typically his style. He likes to control the outside. And there they switch. Perez makes him miss, and they switch roles. Bryce now on the fence. Perez looking to shoot. Bryce with the underhook, shucks him off. Perez keeping good head pressure in there and clips Bryce on the way out. Perez shifts his stance a lot, and you can see how it benefits him. When he goes lefty, he has a much easier time getting off the wall than when he's a righty. Reason being, 1 in 10 is a lefty. And if you're a lefty, you're that one, so you get even less lefties to work with.
Bryce Woerner building some momentum now.
But Bryce is tracking him down. He's keeping Perez in between 1 or 2 panels. And another big left hand. Left uppercut by Perez backs Bryce off of him, but only for the moment. Bryce right back on him, keeping the space.
Yeah, we've definitely seen less output here by Luis Perez. I wonder if, trying to hold on to that choke for the last 3 seconds, if that, it took any exhaustion out of his arms there.
I'm sure it did.
If not that, he has figured out that his opponent and him are on very similar, if not the same levels, and he has to treat that with the appropriate respect.
Yeah, I think this is definitely, without a doubt, the toughest fight that Luis has ever faced thus far is Bryce Woerner.
Man, it looks like this might be the toughest fight for both of these guys. What a way to let it go. Jumping up on the takedown, rolling through on the back take. Bryce is doing a very, very good job here of keeping Luis off his back. He got a taste of it early in the first, or late in the first, and he does not want to see a repeat of that in the second. However, Perez has already deep laced that first leg. He's set in that lockdown on the back leg. Perez now is just going to look to sag him down or sag him over for a turn so he can hopefully put in both hooks, or at the very least drag Woerner back to the ground. And he walks out of the lockdown. Woerner has an unbelievable understanding of the sport of mixed martial arts.
Woerner with the slap.
Ten seconds left here in the second round.
Perez looks like he's figuring out what to do here. The pressure of Bryce is just all over him. He rocks him with a quick left hand, puts him up on the fence, and finishes ferociously.
Yeah, I definitely give that second round there to Bryce Woerner without a doubt.
No question.
Like I said, that last 30 seconds of the first round, it can either be beneficial to the person who was able to face adversity, or, that person who had initiated that, choke and was unsuccessful there, they can be maybe diminishing their confidence. Like, damn, man, I gave everything I got to this dude, and he still is in there.
That's true, but Bryce has been pushing himself for this. Bryce is actively hunting for the best amateurs in his weight in the country. His last opponent, 5-0. Before that, 6-2. Before that, 5-2. That is a man who is looking to throw himself into the fire. He's looking for the most difficult possibilities so that when he makes the choice to turn pro, he is doing so from a higher tier or a higher caliber than those that he will be facing. And in this case, Luis Perez has been doing the exact same thing. Both of these guys are meeting on an equal playing field, trying to see who is a dominant featherweight or flyweight in America.
The trade low kicks.
Yeah, regardless of the outcome here tonight, both of these guys have had almost 10 amateur fights, top to bottom, just nonstop, great competitive competition. I'm looking forward to see both of these guys when they turn pro.
Man, I can't imagine either of them stays amateur for much longer. It's crazy at this point. You're fighting pro-level fights as an amateur. Get your paycheck, guys. Get your paycheck.
It ain't much, but get something.
Yeah. Beautiful defense here by Woerner. Perez with a picture-perfect shot, but Woerner making easy work of it. Perez with the high kick. Woerner shoulder rolls it off and just resets to center line. The left hand of Bryce has been super accurate tonight.
Nice counter.
Luis with the left hook counter. Bryce playing with him. Popping and locking a little bit before whipping a right hook of his own.
Yeah, everything that's been successful for Bryce Woerner thus far has been behind that jab. And now he's seeing these shots here from Luis.
And he is punishing Perez on all of these takedown attempts. You see him stop them, then strike them. Let him know you can take the shot, but you're going to eat one for it if you do. You could see Bryce is very open. We heard Perez's corner calling for the right body kick, and Bryce had his shin up before Perez even started.
Yeah, Bryce definitely seems like the fresher fighter here with a minute left in the third round.
A guy that can listen to his opponent's corner, an unfamiliar voice with unfamiliar commands, and react to it while listening to his corner is a guy who is in an extreme level of comfort in a fighting environment. That is a fantastic display by Woerner. Woerner with a takedown of his own.
Perez did not resist that one too much.
The timing was too good. He went right through the hips. Perez on his back. Woerner holding the jaw, shooting off a couple big shots and settling back into butterfly. Perez looks slightly stumped in this moment.
Yeah, I don't know if he's ever been in this position before.
I don't think Perez has had this kind of pressure applied to him before.
10 seconds left here in the third round.
No matter how this ends, this is a huge, huge opportunity for both guys. Great fight on both of them.
A unanimous decision at that for your winner. And new Combat Night Flyweight champion, Bryce the Raging Cajun Woerner.
Congratulations to the Raging Cajun. Put on a spectacular display.